A massive earthquake is due to destroy a sizable portion of the Pacific Northwest coast. In fact, scientists believe that it is overdue by 70 plus years. So it's not a question of if it's going to happen, but when. Chris Goldfinger is a scientist at Oregon State University and a leading expert on a little-known fault line called the Cascadia Subduction Zone. It runs from the northern tip of California across Washington and Oregon and stops just before Vancouver. Now, it gets part of its name from the Cascade Mountain Range, which is a volcanic mountain range that runs the entire course about 100 or so miles inland. The subduction zone part refers to a region of the planet where one tectonic plate is slipping beneath the other. Now, if you'll take your hands, palms down, middle fingertips touching, our right hand is going to represent the North American tectonic plate, which bears on its back our entire continent. Now, the left hand is going to represent the oceanic tectonic plate, Juan de Fuca, which is about 90,000 square miles in size. Now, if you'll slip your left hand under your right, that's what Juan de Fuca is doing. It's slipping steadily below the Earth's surface. Now, as you'll see as you do that, when you're moving your left hand under your right arm slides up your arm, sort of pushing up your sleeve. Well, that's what North America is not doing. It's stuck, sort of wedged up against Juan de Fuca. At some point, it's going to give. It's going to rebound, sort of like a spring. Well, when that happens, if the southern tip of the subduction zone gives way, it's going to cause an earthquake with a magnitude of 8 to 8.6. That's the big one. Now, if the entire subduction zone gives way all at once, it will cause an earthquake with a range of 8.7 to 9.2. That's the very big one. When this happens, within minutes, all of the elevation that has been acquired over the centuries will be lost from the tip of California to Canada. As a matter of fact, the FEMA operator, Kenneth Murphy, says that anything west of Interstate 5 will be toast. By the time that the shaking has stopped and the waters have receded, the region will be unrecognizable. In the Pacific Northwest, the area of impact will cover about 140,000 square miles, including cities such as Seattle, Tacoma, and Portland, to name a few. Nearly 13,000 lives will be lost. 27,000 people will be injured. Millions will be displaced and needing shelter, water, and food. Now, you may be wondering what the odds of this happening are. Well, thanks to Goldfinger and his colleagues, we now know that the odds of this happening in the next 50 years are 1 in 3. The odds that it's going to be the very big one are 1 in 10. Even with those odds, it doesn't reflect the danger, and even so, just how little the Pacific Northwest is prepared to handle this.